We going live, baby.
You still got your panties on your face. Yes. Did it come up?
Oh no, we gonna get.
Oh man.
So as you can see, it's never a dull moment here at KT Bars. Yeah, apparently me wearing a. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm not even gonna get into that. What's going on, y'all? Zay with Kinetic Training here.
What's up, y'all? It's Chris.
It's we missing our third party brother, El Jefe. But back at it again with another video discussion vent thingy.
I feel weird calling it a podcast.
I don't want to call it
a podcast.
Absolutely not. We have no mics. We don't have any like sound
we're working on it.
Equipment unless somebody want to donate. But there's that. I'm gonna respectfully ask.
You just threw it out there.
I'm just gonna respectfully ask.
I'm trying to get my pretty mug in here.
Oh my bad. I gotta get shape up.
So we got things we wish we knew today because we promised that from last week, but last week. And we came up with a couple of things.
Man, I love this topic.
There's so many things we forgot that we didn't know.
Right.
But it's been a long time that we've been appropriately building our catalog. I'm trying to think. So my big thing was always nutrition. I've always been a heavier guy, like much heavier, like 350 plus before I was 16.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. And I barely make 6 foot, so that's a big dude. I mean, I think that's big dude any way you cut it. So I
low key feel offended, but whatever. I guess I just got to get wider.
Listen, if you're not at least 200, are you really doing anything? Like,
oh, well, I'm okay here.
Okay.
I'm sitting at a smooth 210 right now, so I'm here with it.
All right, so a lot of my draw has been in fitness has been fat loss because health risk and body image, right? So, I think the first thing I did was purchase fat burners.
Yo.
Back when Hydroxycut had ephedrine.
Yes.
That was I tried to get Zenadrin. The Zenadrin was originally sold in Walmart, and I was too young to buy them.
I heard it, but I was not familiar.
And when I brought the bottle to the register, and they asked for ID, and I think I was 16, 17 at the time, and they wouldn't sell them to me, and I cried. I went back in my car and I cried because I thought
you wanted it that bad.
Yo, when you were, and here's the thing. I think if you don't know this, it's good that you know this. Fitness in general, the way it's marketed, preys on that insecurity. I mean, preys on those insecurities. And for those of you who know, if you're in whatever your situation is, and I guess we'll talk specifically to fitness, to want something so bad and be so close hurts not to achieve it. So in my case, my number one thing was decreasing my body fat, right?
Right.
And weighing less. And this thing, in my head, this thing was going to do it for me. Couldn't get it. Couldn't try it. When I was able to get my hands on some Hydroxycut hardcore with Zenadrin, I was like, oh yeah, now I can work out harder and all this other stuff. And at the time, the formula was such that it may have helped. So it did have an outside effect on the body. But it still came down to I had to do all of the hard work. And I wish somebody had saved me, what was it? It was like $60 to $80 a bottle.
Bro.
For like 30 or 60 pills. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But you're taking 3 a day. It's gone in 10 to 20 days. So you're paying $60. $60 that I don't have. But this was so important to me. I felt like it was okay to dump money into that.
Yo, it's crazy, and I wanted to piggyback because, and this is literally when I started off kind of at the YMCA with you guys.
Mhm.
I was taking Oxy Elite, and it was legit giving me headaches and nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to work so bad that I was literally suffering with the headaches and nosebleeds just because I was seeing progressions. Like I'm seeing my weight increase on some of my movements, and sometimes I think a lot of it is mental because I was seeing physical progress, whether or not I had no means of tracking it. Like I didn't measure myself. I just kind of took pictures and I kind of looked in the mirror. But almost for a month, I was literally going through nosebleeds and headaches just so I can get these results. And I bought 60 capsules and it was like $120. And then for those who don't know, if you ever get anything at GNC, they have a policy that they won't probably tell you until it's too late, but you can return those items, and they'll either give you store credit or your money back.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, but I went in there to complain, and I went there to get like some protein, and they were like, "Well, why didn't you just bring it back?" And I'm like,
I didn't know that was a
"You
policy.
ain't know that was you're not just out here telling people this." So,
yeah, right.
But yeah, man, nosebleeds and headaches for a whole month, and it was like you said, like if it's something that's worth it to you, I was suffering.
I think Dan Glick was talking about the Superman effect, like you get gloves when you go to work out, and it's like, oh, I have new powers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, I'm taking this pill and it does this for me. Listen, the placebo effect is very real.
It is real.
Just because something doesn't do something, you thinking it does something and
doing
the thing.
Yo, the mind is so powerful. We haven't even scratched the surface of what it is that we are capable of as humans.
But you could also save your money and buy some rice pills or something like that, And
right, if that's what you're gonna do.
And get the same,
Man, yeah. I think one of the biggest things for me that I wish I knew sooner was that not all of the people that you subscribe to or you take information from has your best interest. I know I hit it with a heavy one. Nah, but I'm being real. So like, I remember watching like YouTube videos of different dudes or whatever, or even like Men's Health magazine. Like I'm reading 1001, bro. I still got all my books at home.
You would think Men's Health, Women's Health,
right?
They'd want the best for you, right?
Nah. And the crazier part is the trainers, the elite trainers that they're recruiting to, or celebrities, whatever, that they're recruiting to do like the front page articles or to write up a workout and post it inside of the images. I've heard some of them talk in other podcasts and seminars and say like, I just threw this together.
They paid me a grip to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They paid me $2,000 just to put this thing together so they could put it inside of this magazine. Yep. And they were like, that's not what I would have normally programmed, but you have so little information or so little time. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm sitting here thinking like, you're the messiah of fitness. I'm going to follow you. Yep. And then I listened to it. And then as I got more information outside of that singular source, I was like, oh, this is what y'all doing.
That makes me think of this is The Rock's diet. He eats this many calories.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So for another big misconception is the 2,000 calorie average. Like there is a really wide range of like base metabolic rates. What I mean is like, okay, how many calories do you eat to maintain?
About 2,600.
Okay, my maintenance is around 22, 24 maybe. So I'm a bigger body. I'm 270 pounds. I'm close enough. I'm 270 pounds. You're what?
About 210.
And he can eat more calories than I can. Lean mass wise, we're probably really close. If not, I'm like 180, 190 lean body.
Yeah, lean about 177.
I'm probably bigger now. But anyway, I have a bigger body and I need less calories to maintain, which also means I need less calories when I'm creating a deficit. Who is it? Zach. Zach was. We had another trainer who was dieting on like 3,000 calories.
Yo, shout out to Zach, by the way. I just seen he's back on his journey. Yeah. He lost 23 pounds in 3 weeks. Big shout out to you. I don't even know if you watching.
And we don't celebrate the weight loss. We celebrate this man is
the work.
The
work.
Working.
We celebrating the work. Ooh. You ain't there yet, bro. So let me just say that there. I'm gonna be honest, and I can say that because I got much love for you. But we gonna see you soon.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you soon.
So yeah, I think the best way to figure out your calories is to actually track. I don't want to track calories. I don't care.
At some point, you have to.
How serious? Are you serious about managing your finances? What do you do with your money? You track your money. And it's not like you got to track forever. That's not the goal. No. The goal is to develop a skill where you're accurate enough to do this on the regular and not have to think about it as hard. Just like the rest of your fitness.
And it's just like learning. So like it ends up being a learning tool. So yeah. I traditionally do not track regularly unless I have a specific goal. Like if I'm going into a fat loss phase, I know sometimes I can get a little crazy on the weekend. So now I'm paying attention. Yeah. But I don't think it's the end of the world either, though. Like I still eat what I want to eat, but within moderation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you get better, like he said, like you get better at it. Like I know one egg is about 70 calories, right? I've cooked enough eggs. You know what I'm saying? I know turkey bacon versus pork bacon versus whatever the case may be. But you start learning these things as you go, and then it becomes less tedious because it almost becomes like second nature. Yeah. So I say that to say, don't be afraid of the work. Not exactly the topic we were going here, but I'm gonna slide that in there.
Now, so all of the things you're going to hear multiple times, all of our principles, because that's
our principles.
Yeah.
We stand on that.
There's gonna be some reoccurring themes. Yeah. You got another one?
Hit me with yes. So when I first was starting, I always thought that training bro splits was the most optimal or efficient way.
Was that the 5-6 day split? The 6 is your arm?
About the 6. It's like legs one day, chest and back, bis and tris.
That you even got them together.
Yeah.
No, see, my bro split is each muscle each day. So you got a chest day, you get a back day, you get a shoulder day,
I did that too.
Arm day.
Yeah. I did that too. I'm just saying,
it's completely acceptable. It works. It works.
It just depends, and then
it's just not viable for everybody.
I was gonna say, so as I got more experience and as my goals changed, right? So like, a lot of bodybuilders train like that because of frequency, time, etc. They need appropriate time to recover. Some of them don't know any better. Respectfully, can you say something disrespectful and then say respectfully after? I feel like that works.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna do it. So respectfully.
Not if the purpose was to be disrespectful.
It wasn't the intention when I said it, but then I thought about it and I realized it could have been taken as.
Okay.
Anywho,
I guess.
So as I started learning and diving into training more athletically with the idea of performance instead of just aesthetics, I realized that training in the bro splits wasn't conducive to, I said blow, wasn't conducive to my goals. And don't get me wrong, I still absolutely hit legs on some days and upper body other days or whatever the case may be is, but there's really no one way.
That's what it is. There's no one way.
There's no one way. From nutrition, from training programs, I know some people who've seen amazing results only training like 3 days a week. And I'm like,
and I've seen people who train 7 days a week.
Yeah, I've seen both, and some people recover very well.
You gotta figure out what works.
Shout out to Malcolm. That's my guy. We used to train together. We would do the same workout, and the next time we came in, he'd be like, "Yo, how you feeling?" I'm like, "Yo, I could barely walk. I'm sore." I said, "How your legs feeling?" And he just give me this. I don't know about you. Like, this is light for me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's also a little different from the sleeping patterns to. So I was always trying to pick everybody else's workouts and just kind of, you know what I'm saying, trying to do what they did as opposed to creating one for myself.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So, and if you're doing one of the things that we're talking about, it's not.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
If it fits you, cool. If it doesn't, you might not be there yet. You might never be there. You might not have to be there. I'm saying, like, for us, some of the things that we've learned, and again, we're speaking to you both from the aspect or perspective of a trainer, and then the perspective of an individual just trying to, you know, have our own goals. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's in the gym, you'll probably hear there's bro science, and then there's like evidence-based research. Some of it is true.
Some of the bro science is
Some
true.
of it is true.
It had to start somewhere, right?
So I say that to say that sometimes you have to experience it for yourself, and or of course get a professional opinion, multiple professional opinions if need be.
Because the one you got might not know everything.
It might not.
I don't know everything.
I'll tell you straight up.
I'm pretty damn close though.
Oh man. Which one you got? What's something else?
So my thing was always fat loss, right? So I bought an ab lounge.
Now, my aunt had one of those.
I bought when those things were $199. Yeah, I bought an ab lounge or an ab rocket.
The rocker.
No, it was ab lounge.
Okay.
Ab rocket was another. Anyway, basically it would look like an inversion table that bends in half, so that you could do like a super crunch. And I was doing 1,000 reps a day.
Yo.
I have really strong abs.
He really does though.
But it didn't help show any.
No.
So yeah, abs. Here's how I treat abs. As far as strength and their contribution to other movements, lift heavy everywhere, and then if you have some time, throw in a little bit of ab work.
Yeah.
As you become leaner and you want greater definition in your abs,
Right.
or rather, let me rephrase that. You want greater size from your abs. That's when you start putting in more ab work. But doing crunches all the time, if you like doing crunches, I met a dude was doing it was 1,000. He was doing 1,000 one way, 1,000 the other way.
Bruce Lee with it.
1,000 up. And he's like, "Hey, is that too much?" And I said, "Is it too much?" he was.
You tell me.
He was cool with it. So that's you do your thing.
Yeah.
But as far as you being able to see your abs, it does not. There's no exercise that reveals body fat. And if you're training for fat loss, you probably have a poor relationship with your training. And I say that because I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there too.
If you do 100 crunches to burn off this cookie,
I used to hate that.
That's a really.
They used to do that in commercial gyms and put up like a wheel of fortune, and you like spin the wheel, and you'll see how much a Snickers costs.
The Y did it for a little bit, and we're new trainers. We didn't know any better, but over time, like, oh, that's creating.
I got selective memory. I don't remember that one. I ain't do that.
We as part of the organization at the time, we were trying.
Yeah.
You try to explain situations. You're trying to get clients, so you're out there fishing. So you do what fitness is doing, and that was one of the things that they were doing, which was totally wrong.
I think that for me, understanding the backing behind like the marketing and advertising versus actual fitness. So like going back to like the ab rocker, whatever it is, rocket, the ab lounge, all these are gimmicks. Like none of them really, like they all kind of work, but didn't really work because it was like you're neglecting the real work that needs to be done.
They were all quick fixes.
Yeah. So like I even when I was training, I have asthma. My cardio sucks, and primarily because I also don't train it. Simply put, I am now though. Shout outs to me. Pat myself on the back.
But I heard cardio kills your gains, bro.
Who told you that?
Somebody.
Yeah, tell somebody come see me. All right, ain't killing my gains. But now I bought. There was a couple of years ago. It was a hype around elevation masks.
Oh yeah,
you remember those?
That was fun.
So I went and bought one. It was like $80, and then you had to buy the separate fillers.
I was like, yo, that looks so cool.
And you could buy the extra colors. I still got a picture, yeah. And I really did think that it was going to help with my cardio, and they push it. The way that they push and market this thing was like training at higher altitudes is going to help your cardiovascular system. So you'll see
Increases
results.
Increases your blood flow.
Yeah,
Your
it'll give you results in a faster time period. And I'm talking NFL players were wearing it, warming up. NBA players were warming it. Like their athletic trainers were pushing it. So I'm like, they wouldn't not do that. They're the top of the top. They know this stuff. And then I start getting into the research community, and everyone was like, "This is what you should be doing with it." And they'll just like come out with one and like drop it in the trash. And I'm just like, "Oh wait, no! I spent so much money on this thing. Why doesn't it work?" You can't manipulate altitude. Like
you know what we should do? Every time a product comes out,
we should do a review.
We should advertise the product and then lead it up with it. Gotcha.
I know so many people that'd be mad. I would be mad if I was watching that. I'd be mad. But yeah, it was
and
like
now we're gonna move on to
this.
Gotcha.
Right, yo, nah, I'd be tight, bro. I'd want to fight.
Yeah.
It's realizing there's anytime I've realized that anytime someone claims that they have the number one answer,
yeah,
that's usually when I'm like, I'm skeptical now.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, this is the number one way. New studies show, because what did I see recently?
You see the blood work guy?
Nah, but there was another dude that was talking about studies show the number one training is to do this, and he links the studies. Jim Stepani, whatever his name is.
Okay,
yeah. So he talks about like BCAAs and the number one way to fat loss is X, Y, and Z. Studies show X. So then he drops the links, and then when you actually click it, because I think that those guys don't think that there's going to be people who actually click this stuff. I'm one of those people. So I click the link. I'm scrolling through the study, and I go, "Wait, this is an article. This is just an article you wrote. That's not a study. That's just you writing it down. Like what? So that's not peer reviewed research. That's not evidence based. That's anecdotal at best.
So I get, where do you get your information from? And you have to understand and appreciate when you're even here, you're receiving information from us. Whoever you're getting the information from, their blog or whatever it is if it's not peer reviewed, there could be some major misinterpretations. Now,
correct.
Reading peer reviewed research is a skill in itself. So you have to be practiced in order to make sense of a lot of it. But yeah, that's the best way to get your information. And it's not like, oh, I have it, I know it. It's, I have some information and it's going to build my data bank. And as you build that data bank, you have better skills to sort through bullshit.
Yeah. And understand too though, every once in a while, new information presents itself.
And
it's always gonna change. As we grow, we develop, evolve, etc. We're always gonna be learning. So it's like, hey, this is what we thought, right? I don't even know if you guys follow my stories, but the other day I had posted how they used to train in like the 1930s.
Oh, with the belts?
Yeah, with the belt, the shake
brushes?
belts and all that. I was like, yo, people really thought they were doing it though. Like, I'm gonna get this belt to shake my belly fat off. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I'm like, I wonder in 30 years how many people can look back at the shit that we do, and be like,
well, you hope, right? We hope that in 30 years,
yeah, we hope we still grow
on some of the dumb stuff that is happening.
Yeah, like standing on Bosu balls and doing, I'm gonna say it, and doing bicep curls. I'm gonna say it's stupid. And in 30 years, I hope somebody tells me it's wrong. But until then, you can't get me to shut up.
We just lost like 5 followers right there.
They don't need to be here.
That's all we have is 5. What do you?
Hey, I'm doing this for me. All right. If they just want to see it, then fine. I'm playing.
Man. I think the biggest I wish I knew then come from.
Out of that 5, one of them is me. Nobody wants to watch us.
They come from, I think, body image, right? That's where they stem from. Because it's you know what? My bad, guys and ladies. I know this. It seems absurd, but some people want to get bigger. You want to add more mass to your frame. You gotta eat. I wish I knew when I cut all the way down, and I was like, why am I did all this work and I'm not as big as I thought I would be? Yeah, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. You don't have to eat veggies.
Ooh,
You don't have to eat veggies.
that's a big one. I think the diet aspect, I think is which one is better, the Mediterranean or keto or
Yes.
whatever.
Nah, except for keto. Nah, so I'm not selling keto. No.
I'm saying like
you could do all
fact,
of them, but keto, get the
yeah, the fact to me though that ooh, pinky toe. The fact to me was that like at some point every one of these became like a fad, and at the end of the
and
day,
not,
it was
not
like
the first time either. Like everything's a cycle.
Yeah.
All of the diets you're seeing now already happened at least twice before.
so now the new thing is the Liver King, and he's promoting eating raw meat,
Raw organs, I wouldn't.
raw organs.
I wouldn't do that.
I would not suggest.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I wouldn't do that.
There's this one dude that's eating like cow brains or something like that, and like beers, and is like super ripped. And I was like, are you just gonna not neglect the fact that you've been on like juiced up to the neck with steroids?
Supposedly, allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't care.
No, I think it's a crime. I think it's a crime.
I think he's doing it.
Oh yeah, I guess
I'm
opinion,
saying that's
right?
what I'm saying. I have an opinion. Opinion is French. It's fancy French.
I have an opinion that this guy is creating committing a federal felony. Oh man, yeah. If yeah, I'd love to know what. So if you have questions of like, hey, does this actually work? Or even better, I'd love to know things that you found out through your own trials and tribulations. Because let's be honest, that's the best way to learn it. It
Right.
might suck going through it, but now you know it. Drop those in there. Love to see those.
I shout out to some of the people tuning in.
Are they dropping them?
Anybody?
Well,
No, nobody
Africans?
dropped that yet. Nah, but Leticia, she's been tuning in for the past couple of
Past 3 years.
really.
Past
really.
3 years.
Yeah, I love you, sis. Man, love.
Thank
Mad
you.
love. Not so shameless plug. She's an amazing dance instructor, by the way. So if y'all need that, go see her.
That we might have to talk to at some point.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hi, come on. I don't know if she see me wave. I don't even know. I can't even tell if people. I can't tell if they still even on here.
Because we don't see them pop up.
Yeah.
Any
Facebook is stupid.
that's all right.
Whatever.
Is the keto diet a good diet to follow? All right, it's not that a diet is good or bad. Here's the thing about dieting or nutrition. The idea is to consume relative amounts of nutrient. You need enough nutrient to have your system run, and your system can run on little nutrient, not as effectively, but it'll work. Like your body's pretty amazing. But with that, like hit adequate nutrition. Like eat your fruits and vegetables, not because you have to eat fruits and vegetables, but because they'll probably make up some of the nutrient that you're missing with other things that you're eating, and complement other things that you're eating. What keto does is, if you're an athlete and you do not have a condition that would require you to severely limit your carbohydrate, and you're on keto, you're a shit athlete. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about your athletic capabilities. Sort of. What I'm saying is, if you were to add carbohydrate back to your diet,
You would notice
all
a
of your
major,
performances
Yeah.
would drive up. Your body prefers whatever is being said right now. Your body prefers carbohydrate. It's a quick energy source. That's one of the main ways that you generate energy, ATP. You do it through fat. So the idea of keto is you run with ketones, which are they replace glucose for with protein and fat that become ketone bodies, and that's how you produce energy. You produce energy off of ketone bodies, but they're not as readily produced or available as glucose would be. So unless you have a condition limiting the amount of sugar your body can manage, and I'm not talking diabetes, then you like keto's kind of useless. And then let's say you limit carbohydrates, anything that has you limit things from your diet. When you reintroduce them, if you ever plan on reintroducing them, what did you learn?
Yeah.
Other than they have to go. Well, then
Right.
they should stay gone. I just that doesn't seem like a very reasonable. Now, also, fruits and vegetables are carbohydrates.
Yeah.
So what are you eating?
Right. If I came to the conclusion the other day, if you were to follow all of the diets that were out there, and those are the ones who said like, hey, these are the best for you, there would be nothing left on this world to eat. Like, each one of these diets will demonize other foods or other things. Like, so if you went by every one of those, you just wouldn't be left with anything other than, I can't even say water anymore, because apparently if it's not alkaline, then you can't. So I can't even drink regular water.
Stop it. All right, but all right, so let me explain the biggest problem.
Triggered.
Yo.
Triggered.
The biggest problem
Emotional damage.
with these diets. The word diet in its definition is how you eat. It
Right.
is not a particular, it doesn't mean deficit, it doesn't mean surplus, it means how you eat. So we completely destroyed how this word is used, right? Now, diets that, as you know them, we'll call them fad diets. Every one of them creates a barrier of
Yeah.
access
Yeah.
to
Other information.
somebody.
Yeah, that too.
You need less barriers, not more.
Yeah.
So saying that this is
Tribalism
the
at its finest.
only way to do it, and you have to do it this way, it becomes it's impossible for me to not have carbohydrates. It would be impossible for some people to get rid of bread. Some people can do it. That's great. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying the reason why it works and what it's doing to not only the mentality of the individual, but people as a whole.
Yeah, information as a whole. Because now what you get is people, oh, you can't eat bread. Why not?
Hold up.
You can't eat that.
You
Why
get people
not?
who don't know any better telling people you can't.
That's what I'm saying. And it, bro, never mind. I'm
Everybody-
not even go down that rabbit hole.
Everybody, I feel like I said this before. Everybody feels like they can talk about fitness and nutrition because everybody's active and everybody eats. I own a fridge. I can talk to you about what to eat.
I own a fridge.
Nobody.
I seen a post the other day. They said, I forgot the woman's name. Seho Fitness, something like that. Sohi Fitness. But she had made a meme and it said that like just because you've had success losing weight does not give you the authority to teach someone else.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh yes, snap.
Ready? Having, what is it? How did I say it? Being a practitioner or having the knowledge to be a practitioner doesn't mean you have the knowledge to be a teacher. And I think it's easy for someone to look a certain way and for you to just follow their advice because
you assume
you think you're gonna look like that, or you think they know
Yeah.
they know that they can know how to get you into that position. Trial and error, man.
Fitness industry. I think so. Kind of going back to the things that I wish I knew is the usage of buzzwords. Like some of these things have no value outside of outside of fitness or outside of vacuums, right? So like I think one of the words or phrases that I hate the most now is sports specific training. I don't understand that.
But I can sell it to your kids.
Right, but like, so here's the thing, because when you take a look at the spectrum, so there are some areas, and that's why I say the best lies are like half truths, right? Because do certain sports need different physiological adaptations? Absolutely. You do not want to train your offensive lineman who's 300 pounds, who plays football, whose responsibility is to literally push through a defense versus a long distance runner. Like I'm not training you the same way. So in that aspect, I think that's where the word kind of originated. But then now it turns into, let me put this hockey stick attached to a cable and tell you to swing it so that you get. And
Maybe.
There's so many other, but I'm saying
Maybe.
like there's so many other aspects of like physics and biomechanics and the machines that you're utilizing that come into play where it's like you may not be getting what you think you're doing. Like, so when I see boxers grab dumbbells and punch, it doesn't make sense to me because what are you really training here?
That's what it turns into.
What are you training?
It changes the mechanic.
If you're going for something with high velocity, I'm going to give you a med ball. I'm going to give you maybe a sandbag to rotate and toss to actually maybe get some throwing in. But like some of these things don't translate well or transfer well. So it's like sometimes I'll see people like, oh, I'm doing sport specific training, and it's like,
yeah, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna squat.
Right.
Oh, you play volleyball? You're gonna squat.
I'm gonna squat.
Oh, you golf?
Now the intention
You
may
gonna
be a
squat.
little different, right? So like some of them may be training for strength, some may be training for hypertrophy, depending on the block that they're working in. But it's like, yeah, no, you can't just slap on sport specific and think that it's going to be transferable. But a lot of times, if you see the athlete that's selling you it and they look the part, or they're just extremely athletic, and they have if it's a trainer and they have a client who made it as a professional,
Oh, it must work.
it must work. I bought programs because someone said, oh, you can jump with a 40-inch vertical in 16 weeks.
I bought a program because the dude said you could be this big. You could look like me.
Yo, it's crazy.
The way the dude looks now, he was obviously on something when he sold the program.
Juicing.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that it's unfortunate where the fitness Goku did it in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Listen, when we
fam.
make one,
Yo, fam, I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Yeah, nah, Goku put in mad work, but he also had Bulma fix him a capsule when he was training in the on his way to Namek. What was it called? The spaceship. That's like future.
If you're trying to explain it to people who don't know what it is, it's not gonna.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah, you go watch some Dragon Ball. What's wrong with you?
You're right. You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
We running a little long today. That's all right.
I think so. If we had to boil it down, I think one of the biggest things for me is I wish I would have known what a realistic body image or realistic body goals were. There's certain things that I think that like some people will have that are like genetic. Right, we have our outliers. We have some people that have been genetically gifted.
I'm trying to think of a way to.
I'm saying like I wish I knew the information. I wish I didn't have to be so down on myself in the beginning parts of my journey because I was trying to compare myself to these people that for some of them I could never have looked like ever.
Everybody. All right, I'm gonna rephrase that. If you're comparing your body to somebody else's body, you will never look like that. That's not your body.
Right.
However, you have the potential to build an incredibly aesthetic body that you can be proud of. And you should be proud of your body at every stage as you grow.
Not saying you have to accept it.
You don't have to accept your
You can always make change.
But you should absolutely be proud of what you're doing.
You have what you got. I tell people, listen, it don't matter how dialed in my nutrition is. I don't care how heavy I'm lifting and I'm injury free. I'll never be taller. I just won't.
They got knee implants, bro.
That's a whole nother story. Ooh, okay, cuz. He says, I wish I knew before that the scale doesn't control life. I appreciate you for sharing that. That's real. That is real. I remember literally stepping on the scale every day and just praying that it would look different.
Yo, there's a scene. I don't know if y'all watch This Is Us. Amazing show. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's a scene where Kate's little and it's a flashback. Mom and Kate are working
I
out.
remember that.
I think they did one workout video and Kate gets back on the scale to see if she lost weight and didn't lose weight.
And then was binge eating after because she was upset that she didn't make weight.
That broke my heart.
Yeah,
Broke my heart.
that show will make you cry. I don't care. I'm man enough to say it. I'm sure get you tears. But like, yeah, I wish that I had someone coach me through, or I had an experience or knowledge to let me know that what I was doing was okay, and that whatever image that I had for like the image of the body that I wanted should have been something that I wanted, if that makes sense, and not what society deemed for me.
What you think it's supposed to be?
Yeah, whatever society deemed for me, or whatever someone else deemed for me. I wish it was my choice. Now I still struggle with that today.
Yeah.
And that's full, like
Absolutely.
100% transparent. I still struggle with some of that today. So it's not, but I'm way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Way more comfortable, and I found other areas of my fitness journey to highlight. So aesthetically, maybe I'm not perfect. No one is. I'm strong. I love it. So those are things that I'd like to highlight. If I had to sum all that up.
Yeah. So mine would be time frames. Besides nutrition, time frames. I wish I knew how long it would take to do things.
Ooh. Because maybe you'd start today and not.
Some of y'all, some of us, you have this idea of what you want to accomplish, and y'all say 6 weeks, 8 weeks,
Oh my
10
gosh.
weeks, 12
Not
weeks.
the 21-day challenge or the 30-day challenge or the 90-day challenge.
And someone need to knock your ass out and tell you it's a year, it's 2, it's
Yeah.
3.
I absolutely agree on that.
Yes, listen.
Because what and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. And matter of fact, if you don't even believe me, scroll down your Instagram right now. I promise you, there's somebody who's saying, achieve this in 30 days. I guarantee you. And you know why they do that? Because you're gonna go, ooh, I can do that.
It's only
It's a
30
marketing.
days.
It's a marketing tool. Now
I hope you go sign up, and
Full-
I hope they go. You get there and they go, gotcha.
Yo,
And like you're gonna be here for the next year.
I can't.
Oh, man.
To be fair, I will say I've always felt like some of these were, for some people, some individuals, were good starting points.
Yeah.
But I can't
Yeah.
stand when the practitioner, if you will,
Oh, cycles it.
yeah,
Oh, when they keep running. Oh, we're gonna keep doing 30-day
we're
challenges.
just gonna keep doing every 30 days.
Yeah.
And then now what happens is the individual hasn't learned anything. So then what happens if, say, COVID, right? Say some unforeseen event, you don't have enough information. You're now have become reliant on this individual to provide you with that information. And then now what? You end up going back to bad habits. So it's one of those things that it's like, I wish they were more upfront, but at the same time, I'd blame the consumers as well because
Yeah.
I wish you cared more.
Yeah. So the takeaway from that should be for the practitioners.
Be a little bit more realistic
No,
and honest.
Yeah.
And upfront.
absolutely. Yes.
And upfront.
And for the consumers, use these as opportunities to continue doing what you're doing,
Facts.
not to stop and start.
Yeah. It shouldn't be the holy grail of answers for you. Right? So when I say that, I mean, when you're looking to accomplish whatever said goal is, understand the purpose of the goal. Understand that with all things that are great, it takes time. Now, these are going to be, that time frame may look different. We could hop on the same plan I may start seeing results 2, 3, 4 weeks in. He might not see until 5, 6. But like my question to you is like, what are you gonna do? Quit? You just gonna stop? That's a surefire way not to get it.
You already put in all that work, and you gonna leave without getting anything from it?
Nah, don't be built like that. Don't be built like that. Set yourself some standards. Set yourself some principles. Stand on it. This is what we do now. We're active.
Do the thing.
Just do the thing.
Jeff, do the thing. That's just do the thing.
I disagree. I understand the perspective, but for some, that discipline is born from there, depending on the challenge or how you take it on as a challenge.
That's not discipline.
I think the goal, oftentimes, at least the challenges I've experienced, is to stay active for those who don't have discipline yet.
Right. So right.
That's what we're saying.
You're saying there's no discipline, and that's not the intention. Is not to build discipline. That's not what the purpose of programs are. That's like. So if y'all are trainers out there, I'm sure that you like even if you looked up training certifications, you're now getting marketing for, hey, this is how to grow your business, blah 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 blah, and challenges are in there. Challenges are they're basically funnels. It's an in-person funnel. That's literally how and why they were designed. Now, you can absolutely create a challenge, like design it such that, hey, we're going to get everybody. The Y had a great one. The Y had the Healthy Y Challenge, where the whole purpose, it only advertised to its members. It wasn't like, hey, get fit. It was, hey, everybody that's here, we're going to get you back into or break up your routine because you're not really doing anything. Let's get you put into a program and let's get you doing the things that will get you to where you want to go. That's a fantastic model to model, but that's not how challenges. Now, if you're that was
Tease.
Tease. If your challenges are structured so that this is exactly why we're doing this and that's being explained, then you're doing it right. But I'm telling you right now, that's not the majority. Like, thank you for being part of
the difference.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's the narration. It's the narrative behind the message. So as you said, like, yeah, for some people, this is just how they're active, and some of them will absolutely start to see their goals within that. All for it. I'm saying when people will push these narratives like, do this 30-day challenge, you'll get fit and get toned. There's too many other things to consider with that statement. It's a blanketed statement for me. That's the part that I disagree with. Now they say, hey, and I don't even care if they say, hey, you can. I'm okay with that because it leaves the idea of, and this is my personal opinion. It leaves the idea that it's a possibility if you do these other things, and I'm okay with that. Some people they market different, whatever. So be it. But like when it's the do this and get this, that's the part that I'm like, I don't know.
I don't see us ever running a challenge that's not like a local gym did pennies for pits.
I did see that.
And
that was
it was like a deadlift challenge. The idea was to get people there deadlifting, raising money. Where the promise isn't fat loss or muscle gain, where the promise is skill building, where the promise is community building, where the promise is intentional and focused around the individual, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see those.
It's few and far between. I'm not saying, there's definitely people out there doing things that absolutely benefit their audience. And they're doing it in a way that isn't ignorant. They're doing it in a way that is, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's selfish. The way that we see it presented is selfish. And good for your business. Cool. That's just not our model. We literally have
people out there
have jobs because we're not that way.
Yeah, there's definitely people out there doing the right thing, and it's just unfortunate that we see more of the wrong thing happening. Again, in our opinion, than the right one, and that's the part that kind of really sucks. But yeah, we wouldn't have jobs if there weren't. So I guess.
So thank you for treating people poorly so that we can
I guess, yeah, we
treat
should.
them well.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
But-
It's a tough topic.
This wasn't. I wasn't to appease.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good point, Leticia. So yeah, I think that's something that we can expand on a little bit. Yeah. Anything else about that?
No, I don't see. Kamon said, I love when they say that waist trainers help burn fat or drink this cleanse and lose 10 pounds in 3 days. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Like, that stuff to me is just egregious. Like, what?
So, please, just
Like,
not that it's happened, but please don't ever post somebody's name or business when you're talking about them,
oh yeah.
because like that just a,
So
that's not, because people can learn and people can do better.
yeah.
So don't yeah.
I think the part for me is also when we say that, it's like we do understand some people have to put food on their table.
Yeah.
They got to put bread in their pockets. So like we never want to take food off of somebody else's plate. However,
I still want you to do better.
I
Because the potential's there.
that's my God. I still want you to do better. And not only just for you, but for the people that look to you for advice, or they look to you as an influencer, they look to you as a resource. That's why you should be doing it. Not simply because you're just doing it. Like sometimes our purpose and our messages are bigger than us. So like I still continue to read and research because I want to make sure that I'm delivering the best possible information that I can to the individuals that I work with. And I don't care. I hope that people that are in the same industry have that same standard. I know they don't, but that's my dream. That's my dream, is that everybody would want to just do and be better and share information.
So with that, because your Mac about to tell you we done.
Oh yeah. Your Mac will sleep soon. My laptop is tired of me talking. Absolutely appreciate you guys tuning in. It was a blast. We love doing this. If you ever have any questions, comments, topics you want us to discuss, I don't even know. If you want to pull up and come and hop in one of these videos with us, I'm here for it. We'd love to have you. Hint, Leticia.
Come on
through. But nah, we truly do appreciate it. We have a blast doing this. If it don't move,
it don't work.
It don't work. I hope that you guys enjoy your weekend and get some gains in.
Yeah.